Hi Avians! Welcome back to the third episode of Avi's Gambit, where we, a group of 44th JCSE students,
bring you interesting podcasts to spice up your JC life. I'm Roxanne.
and I'm Damien.
For today's episode, we will be talking about various questions and problems regarding body image that you've sent us. And we'll have two very special guests, Miss Alyssa Lee and Mr. Kevin Koh.
Thank you.
Hello.
Glad to be here.
Do you want to introduce yourselves?
Oh yeah,
Hi.
I'm Miss Alyssa Lee. I'm a PE teacher and I just joined the school last year.
Hi, I'm Mr. Kelvin Koh. I've been with the school for I think 5 years already. So yeah, it's good to be here.
So without further ado, let's get this podcast rolling.
Yeah.
Our first question for the teachers is a scenario-based one that I think applies to a lot of people. So height and weight in school gives me the most stress. What do teachers think about students feeling conscious about taking their height and weight during PE lessons?
I mean, I just want to check, like, do you also feel conscious when we take your height and weight, Roxanne?
Yeah, a bit. I see a highlight.
So for yourself, your height is the issue lah. So where does this uncomfortable discomfort stem from actually?
So in normal life, don't really go and especially take their weight and or height and stuff. And also maybe the comparison with friends, after taking height and weight and things like that.
Yeah, for sure. I think the comparison will definitely do something to you. So as teachers, I think we also play our part and make sure, when we take your height and weight, we just do it among just the two of us, right? And then we won't go back to the staff room and then start discussing about your height and weight with your other teachers. So if that's what your worry is, we don't do
You
that.
can rest your mind on that. Yeah. So I think for myself, height and weight, I think that's something that's very important for students. Okay, because you are here in RV for 6 years. Okay, definitely you want to know how much you have grown. Okay, over the past 6 years. Okay, so on and so forth. Okay, so I think it's a yearly, not yearly. It's a half. Every 6 months you get a chance to have an idea of how much you have grown. Okay, be it vertically or horizontally. Okay, then at least you have an idea lah. To see how much you have grown over the past few years. I think that's something that's very important as well lah. Yeah. Then height and weight. The main point is for you to calculate your BMI. Okay. Your BMI actually tells you your own body, your height and your mass ratio. That's a very quick indication, for students to know, whether or not, is there anything that you can do, to improve on, with regards to your height and weight lah. Yeah.
I think the key idea here is to find out whether or not you lie within the healthy range. So it's really the fastest way to, as an indication. I mean, if you want something more accurate, you actually take a look at your body fat percentage. But then again, you will need more advanced equipment for that. And it will take more time as well. So really, your height and weight used to calculate your BMI is just a very quick indication. And it's quite interesting. I mean, if you compare the lower secondary school students' attitude towards taking height and weight as compared to maybe yourself as a JC student, you can see the lower secondary school students are more excited about it because they want to know whether or not they have increased in their height. Yeah, but I guess when it comes to your age, maybe you all tend to be a bit more conscious. Do you think so?
Just don't grow already, stop already.
Yeah, so it's quite sad. Sometimes I have to tell my Sec 3 students, I think your growth spurt is ending soon, so don't expect too much. Sometimes you need to manage their expectations also lah. And you have some students 1 cm they also want to
Yes. So we have students that they are very particular about that 1 cm. They will really go and fight for that 1 cm lah.
They try their best, tiptoe.
Try their best. Yeah, they will go around like tiptoe. You have other friends that give you the additional weight by stepping on the machine itself. Yeah. So those were lower secondary lah. Yeah. But I think when it comes to your age, then are you that excited to find out about your height and weight now?
Not really. Can avoid.
Can avoid. Okay.
For me, I'm still quite conscious about my height, whether I've grown.
Okay. I think that's something that probably as you grow older, then you know that only one aspect of your height and weight is going to change. probably.
Which one is it, I wonder?
Yeah, I also wonder, but yeah lah. But I think at the end of the day, it's something that's good for us to know and find out. Okay, we need to take a look at it from a positive perspective. Then probably it will not be that. Probably then we will not struggle with it too much lah. Yeah.
And like you said, because you seldom take it at home yourself, so I think it's also about raising awareness. Yeah. So, in terms of personal experience, I mean, I actually am quite heavy. Obviously, I'm not going to tell you my weight. Right?
Would you like to share?
But I mean, sometimes when friends ask and I let them know, they are quite surprised. But I just have to tell myself, I mean, our body is all made up differently, right? It could be due to heavy muscles, due to heavy bones, right? So don't let the number define you, right? It's more important to just know you are healthy, getting a balanced diet, getting good exercise in. Don't let the number affect you too much in terms of your weight. I mean, for myself also, I gained quite a bit of weight during A-level period. I think some of you will experience that soon. And it's inevitable. I mean, we are spending so much time studying, tend to not have as much time to exercise, right? So all the more you should be more mindful about your diet during this period. I think that period I didn't want to take photos much, so I guess it did affect me, right? You do feel more self-conscious, but if it's something you can work on, I think, let yourself know that after this period, yes, it's something that I will want to come back and revisit after A-levels is over.
So the next question we have is another scenario question. I have a problem of binge eating where I eat a lot and I feel bad about myself afterwards, and my weight keeps fluctuating, but I can't stop. So what should I do?
Excessive eating, okay, binge eating. I think it's seasonal, right? Correct. So when it comes to like holiday seasons, then people will tend to binge eat a little bit more. Okay, or probably when you're watching a movie, yes. Then all your snacks will start to come in already, right? Correct not? So, what can you exactly do? Actually, for myself, I do control my own eating. So,
Mr. Koh likes to eat McDonald's, by the way. Yeah.
But I do control.
Control eating McDonald's.
I do control myself. I usually use one method whereby I limit the amount of food I have at home. That's for me I don't know if it's right or not. Okay, but that's how I actually control my own food intake. Okay, by limiting my own access to food at home. So I control whatever I can eat by stocking the necessary amount, and once it's gone, it's gone.
So out of sight, out of mind for you.
Yes, out of sight, out of mind lah. So that's my take personally. Yeah, for myself. Yeah. How about yours?
I feel when you're talking about binge eating, I think we need to find out the root cause of why that is so. Is it due to stress, or is it because you just don't feel full, right? Being able to find that reason, and I think probably only you yourself will know, right? Am I just eating for the sake of it, or am I eating really because I feel like I'm not getting enough nutrients? Yeah. With that, I think you are able to find out the root cause and probably help yourself get over this issue lah. And I mean, if you talk about binge eating causing your weight to fluctuate a lot, I think that's something that is probably directly related, right? The more you eat, the more you are gaining weight. And if you can't stop, I think, like what Mr. Koh says, you try to limit your intake. I think you try to take small but many meals. Definitely, it will also keep you less sleepy. I mean, if you're going to binge eat at one shot, I'm sure after you return to class, you start to get sleepy also.
I think every one of us, we have our own ways to control our own diet. So we need to find something that's comfortable for ourselves, and probably something that works for us. Okay, because something that works for me probably will not work for someone else. Okay, so I think there are many ways out there that we can actually exercise a little bit of self-control, okay, when it comes to eating. And with that, I think you need to find something that's more comfortable to your own your own character, that you can actually self-control, like certain ways that can help yourself, then if you're able to find that, then I think you'll be able to control your own excessive eating lah.
I guess when it comes to eating, I think 七分饱 lah. You just remind yourself you don't have to eat until you're full, right? There's no point in doing that. You just need sufficient to keep you going. So 七分饱 I think is the golden ratio long.
Nick, since you're on the topic of like eating disorders, how do you think we can help our friends who are suffering from them?
Suffering from them,
Are they showing symptoms, or how do you know they are suffering from eating disorders?
Maybe like they approach us to tell us that they're facing, or maybe from like symptoms, like abnormal weight gain, weight loss, stuff like that.
So actually, I think eating disorder is actually a medical condition, right? So it will be good to direct them to a professional lah. So I think they can start the conversation with their PE teachers first. I mean, we don't send them off to the doctors immediately, but at least have a conversation with your PE teacher, see what they can advise you, see if they can help you first. If they are unable to, I think they will also refer you to a professional.
I think eating disorder, there are some form of triggers, that really cause that person to really eat a lot or stop themselves from eating lah. So I think the first point, like what Miss Lee has mentioned, is really to seek help first. So probably some students, they will not be comfortable with speaking with teachers or sharing with teachers about they have eating disorder or things like that. So probably they can start with their peers. Just share. I think the moment you start to share, then you probably will feel less stressed about it lah. At least someone is there to help you, and slowly if you are comfortable, then I think definitely seeking help and support is one way that students can go about. To probably address the issue that they are facing, especially for eating disorder lah.
Okay, so moving on, we've gotten a lot of like scenario-based questions. So here's another one. There's been a sensing that like when guys say they need to control what they eat because they are gaining weight, then the people who hear will go like, "Huh, but you're a guy." So the person is asking, how should he deal with it?
How should he deal with it? Okay.
So the point is, what guys 不可以减肥是吗？还是
Yeah, kind of.
So which means guys, they should be able to eat anything and they shouldn't be caring about their own body image. Is that what the question is trying to say?
A bit there.
I think my take on this is that every one of us, we have our own personal goals to achieve. So probably, some of us, we have our goals in terms of weight, in terms of body image, in terms of our own physique. So for guys, it really depends on what this particular person is trying to achieve. Then probably, if he's trying to achieve a certain target weight, then I think controlling the things that he eat shouldn't come as a problem for him. So that's my thought lah.
I guess don't be so affected by what others say. Like what Mr. Koh is saying, you set your own target. You know what you want to achieve. You don't have to bother about what other people say lah. Right? Ultimately, it's your own health. It's the target that you yourself set. Nobody should be able to change that lah, I feel.
Yeah, so I think on the comments part, so I think I myself, during secondary school days lah, I also have a little bit of experience on that. So I think back then I was actually very skinny. So my weight was below, I think 45 kg. So I was around that weight. Then back then also body image also. Yeah, guys, like what you mentioned, we have a certain idea of how guys should be like slightly bigger size, things like that. So I think that also affected me somehow. Yeah. Then I actually did thought about how I can actually put on a little bit of weight, and that's when I think in secondary school I heard of mass gainer. I don't know if you guys have heard of it before. So I actually give it a try. So I bought for myself mass gainer, and thinking that by eating mass gainer, you can really increase weight lah. Yeah, but yes, I mean, it did increase my weight a little bit. Okay, but at the end of the day, when I take a closer look at the content, mass gainer is all just sugar lah. Yeah. So I think after a few months, I actually stopped taking that. Okay, but at the end of the day, I also realized that having that kind of image that I actually want to work towards to, yes, it's important. Then I think how we work towards that, okay, I think that's even more important, okay, because the process, okay, as long as it's right, then it's gonna be good lah. Yeah, so for myself, yes, I actually felt a little bit more conscious, that during secondary school days, okay, but I came to the fact that I accept the way that I think like what Miss Lee has mentioned before, every one of us, our build, our genetics is a little bit different. Okay, so some of us, okay, we might be a smaller build. Okay, some of us we might be a slightly bigger build. Okay, so I think at the end of the day, I think as long as we work towards what we want to achieve, okay, then we also need to accept, okay, whatever, however we can, we are lah, yeah. So I think that's the most important thing, yeah.
I guess confidence is key.
Yes,
right?
confidence is key.
I'm sure your confidence will shine through. You look beautiful, you look handsome, as long as you are able to carry yourself well. Yeah.
Be confident.
Okay, moving on to the next question. I've had many times when people commented on my body, not just fat, but sometimes phrases like airport runway, washing board, and felt pretty bad about myself. What can I do?
Are people so harsh?
Yeah.
You mean they actually say it in your face?
I guess
Have you experienced people saying things like that?
I definitely didn't.
I have.
I think
他们讲你的什么？
everyday 飞机场 yeah.
Fellow girls will say that, huh?
No, not really girls. Surprisingly, sometimes it's the guys who say that kind of things.
That's very rude. That's so rude.
Okay. But I think these are comments by other students lah. Okay, I think on my take, on my advice is that comments and feedbacks from other students, you cannot control what other people say, correct or not? Okay, at the end of the day, if you let those comment and feedbacks, affect you, then you are the one that's suffering because of what other people say. So I think what's within your control is definitely yourself. Okay, and what other people say or comment about you, I mean that can be taken as a feedback, okay, for you to probably think about it. And if you think that there is no area that you want to work on, okay, I think every single one of us, we are not perfect lah. No, we have areas that we want to work on. Then I think that's when you can start to set a goal for yourself, okay, and then work towards that. Yeah, I think if we can, convert, this kind of comments from other people into a source of motivation for yourself, then that can be a positive thing also, right? Correct or not? Yeah, that's what I think lah.
I mean, when I see these comments, 真的是人身攻击啦。Unnecessary comments that I hope you won't feel so affected by lah. Yeah.
And we have reached our last question, which will be, how can we deal with extreme weight loss or weight gain?
Extreme weight loss or weight gain. Okay. I think when it comes to extreme weight loss and weight gain, it probably stems from someone, okay, probably for weight loss. For example, weight loss, probably someone wants to lose weight. Okay, and then they have actually heard that, probably if I cut down on meals, I can lose weight very fast, things like that. Yeah, but at the end of the day, okay, I think we all understand that our body is a system that needs to adapt to our own our eating routine, our eating habits and all that. So I think our stand is, extreme weight gain and weight loss is definitely something that's not very good for, it's not healthy lah. So how do you exactly deal with that? I think if it's losing weight, okay, then as PE teachers, I think we will advocate, regular exercise, okay, as well as maintaining our diet, okay, within the healthy range, then it's a process. It's a process that probably he or she needs to take, and it's not going to be very fast. Yeah, so at the end of the day, I think it's as long as it's safe and healthy, okay, then the byproduct itself is going to be weight loss. So if we exercise regularly, okay, maintain our healthy diet, then the byproduct weight loss is something that we can work towards too lah. Yeah, but when it comes to extreme weight loss, weight gain, how to deal with it? How can we exactly deal with it? Probably first we can talk to your P teachers first. The very first step is really to find out a little bit more about how extreme weight loss and weight gain is going to affect each individual. Then probably with a little bit of understanding, then you can plan your own progress, try your own progress. Okay, I think that would be better lah. Yeah.
I think when it comes to managing your weight, if you do want to lose weight, it's easier to reduce the intake of your food, right? With that, you are able to reduce the calories that you take in. It's easier to reduce the calories that you take in through your diet rather than exercise, because you're going to need to exercise a lot to be able to burn the same amount of calories. So there's always this saying that losing weight is 80% diet, 20% exercise. So it's true to a certain extent because of this reason, that it's easier to reduce your calorie intake through your diet rather than exercising. So I think that will be a healthy guideline for you to follow if you are really trying to lose some weight. Yeah.
Okay, so with that, we've come to the end of our first segment. Thank you so much to our teachers, and we hope that you found their answers insightful and enriching.
Now, we will be entering the next segment of our podcast, where we will be answering your questions on body image with our senior, Joel.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yay.
Hi guys, welcome back to the second segment of Ari's Gambit episode 3. Today we have a very special student guest with us today, Joel.
Ooh.
Okay, hi guys, I'm Joel. I'm from 21J16, currently at J2. Yep.
Okay, without further ado, let's start the second segment. So our very first question is, does size matter?
Does size matter? Okay, I think there's a lot of different ways we can interpret size, I guess, like this. Okay, I think first of all, I think the most intuitive one is like physical size, which is like our body proportions and all those. I feel in that case, okay, I feel the significance of size differs in like different kind of contexts, I would say. Like, let's just say right now all of us are like students, right? Then in terms of like academics, or like our first episode was on relationship, right? So in terms like physical size, I don't think it matters at all, to be honest. Like, I think what matters most if you're talking about academics, right, it will be maybe the size of our determination in our studies, the size of our grit, and commitment to studying. In terms of relationship, the size of our love, I guess, like to our partner, that will matter more than the physical size itself. And so in that context, I think physical size don't really matter. But let's just say for guys who are going to serve the NS, like some of us going to serve the NS soon, then if you want to like have to make sure that our NS journey in the future is a bit easier, then I think that our physical size will have an important role to play. Like if you are more fit, then it will be a bit easier for us in the army. Yeah, so I think size matters in a sense, but it's more important for us to discern the significance of it in different contexts.
Wow.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
Okay, here's the next question. Do you think eating disorders are taboo among teenagers today?
Eating disorders?
Yes.
Okay, I don't really have a very deep or like good understanding of like eating disorders, other than like from what I know of like binge eating and things like that. I think it's something that is, I'm not sure if it's a taboo though, but I think it's something that is lurking amongst like youth today because of probably like what we see like on the media, for example, all the mukbangs that people watch, I think, and also like maybe stress, all these are external factors that I feel will slowly or like subconsciously cause people to sink into this kind of eating disorders. And I feel that one thing about these eating disorders is that it's very important for us to be aware of ourselves and have the courage to go and face it, to go and learn. I mean, it's okay, it's normal in a sense to slowly develop it, because like what I say, we are like exposed to it. Maybe we're exposed to it every day. So like knowing how to deal with it and having the courage to face it, I feel that is the most important thing here. That I feel that teenagers like us, since we are all, you know, probably on the same page, I think it's also okay to bring it up sometimes and discuss with our friends and probably reach out, and maybe let's just say if we can find people that also resonate with us, then, you know, can discuss it openly and then find solutions to go and solve it. Yeah, I think that's my take on this eating disorders. Yeah.
So like I think apart from like CCA, but like you know there are times where like CCA stand down and stuff like that. So like what do you do? Like do you just fully study or do you still like
okay. After CCAs, okay, right now, I mean, to be honest, is my comms just ended. Yeah, so I think
good job?
it's kind of empty now without Wushu, I guess. So after comms, after stepping down, I think for myself, I still would definitely like try to keep a healthy lifestyle, because I also have quite a bit of interest in fitness and things like that. So I would normally go for runs if I can. Runs, or if it's working out. Right now the school's gym is open again, so I may go there if I have time, just to not lose the kind of shape, I guess. But I think that's probably what I'll try out. Yeah.
Finally, our last question for today is a scenario question, which I think many of us can relate to. So the question is, my family likes to make comments on my body, such as I've grown fatter, but they proceed to stuff me with food, and I feel very affected by these comments. So what are your opinions on this?
Okay. Well, I think most importantly to me is that we have to be, again, fitness, or like in a sense body image, is something that is only something that we can feel, we can control. Like it's within our sphere of control, because it's really about ourselves. And you know, sometimes whatever our family say, like whatever our parents say, I think it's very important for us to have that kind of resilience to not take the comments too seriously, in a sense, because it's only ourselves that can really judge, you know, how bad our physical shape is, and that sometimes they are just saying it out of like very, very casual remarks, and there's not really a lot. There's no need for us to really go and dwell on it. And again, it goes back to ourselves. Like maybe when they say it for like the first time, we can actually go and like maybe evaluate ourselves again, you know, to see if we really need to make some changes, and then slowly go and make the change from there. And I think it's also sometimes when they make these comments, it's also a very good indicator that maybe there are some things that we have to change in our lifestyles. And I think most importantly, moving forward, is what we can do to make us feel a bit more confident about ourselves. And sometimes I for myself personally, in the past, I have also heard these comments about myself from relatives, and I think so what I tried to do is that the first time I heard it, I was quite shocked, and I was also a bit like affected. I was like, what? But okay. Then after that, I went home, and then from then on, I became a bit more conscious. Like I would weigh myself every day.
Every day.
Yeah, there was this period of time where I weigh myself every day. And then I started to like take note of my calories and all those, like calories input and output kind of thing. But afterwards, when I moved on from that stage, I realized that I was quite thankful that they pointed out, and I kind of changed my lifestyle also. So I think like most importantly, when we receive this kind of comments, is to take the first time you hear it, actually like go and think about it, ponder about it. But most importantly, is like moving forward, what can we do to prove to them that, you know, we are better than we can be better than what we are in their eyes, I guess. Yeah, so I think that's my take.
It's just a very Asian thing, you know. Asian relatives, they just love to comment, like they can't find anything else to talk about.
Yeah, I guess. Relationships and body image, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if you haven't catch episode 1, make sure to go and watch it out. But with that, we have come to the end of this episode. We hope that you have found our discussion helpful, and thank you to Joel who have shared his opinions with us.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.